traders, when it comes down to the gold market, I want to share something with you that really not only helps you understand what's happening with gold right now, but it also helps you identify like all these other markets that could be good trading opportunities coming up, right? People that are looking to invest. So I really want to share something with you that's what's called price and time. I learned this from a trader called WD again. And once you start to see this, you start to understand the markets on a deepest level. And then you start to see that there's a rhythm to these markets, and it can sort of really help you. And I'm going to talk about the gold market today. This is actually the gold chart, because this is an actual, this gold chart here, you can see there's a rhythm to the actual chart. But also I want to walk you through, this is a post that I did on my YouTube post. You can actually see it when you go there. And I want to walk you through the different phases, the price phases, time phases, and the cycle that's repeating. And how this works in gold. This is not gold. This is how all markets truly operate, and you can see from looking at this. And this is not only to educate you about what's happening with gold right now, because this is not a gold analysis. This is an all market analysis. And what I mean by that is that we also can see the phase we need to look for to see some really good trading opportunities. So, quick little promo, guys, and then we're gonna get straight into it. Hey traders, just a quick heads up. I'm actually giving away free access to my Mastery Trading course for a limited time. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be the first link in the description. The fact is that 80 to 90% of the stuff that you learn or you use on these trading platforms is a complete waste of time. And only about 5 to 10% of the stuff that you actually learn and use is going to move the needle in the positive direction for you. And that's over the last 20 years, I've put everything that has helped me move the needle in the positive direction in this here, and I've left everything else out. So, go to johnsfreegift.com right now and grab complete free access to this Mastery Trading course. Alrighty traders, so the thing that I really want to sort of guide you down today in today's video, and the purpose of today's video is to really give you some education that has really helped me understand these markets on a deepest level, right? On the deepest level. And that is called price and time. Price and time must be balanced. Okay, now price and time is what's called the energy in the markets. And so if you go and have a look at, if I bring up, I'll bring this up to here. Yeah, so let me see if I can zoom in a bit more, right? So if you see this screenshot here, you can see how that, with this screenshot here, you can see how that there's things called price and time. And so again, traders, this is not gold, right? I'm sharing with you something that helps me identify where's the next market to make the next move, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so we go through price phases. You can see the green line here in gold. The green line here is roughly 2 years of bull markets, and then after a period of a bull phase, you can see we actually went through 2 years of time. And actually then we had a big drop from there, right? So it was actually more like 3 years of time. And then the market dropped, and then we came in, and then this last bull phase here, which is roughly around 2 years once again, and you can see this is a 3 years of time. Time is, I call these the energy phases, right? So we have this energy moving phase. This is like the market using energy, right? They're buying it up. They're using a lot of energy to move the market. But then there comes a period of time when they start to get tired, they start to rejuvenate, they start to need to refuel to go for another move. So the price is you're using energy. Time is I need some time just to relax, right? To refuel to go for another move. And this is one of the best things that I've done through my trading to not only identify good trading setups, but also what I'm looking for right now. And this is why you'll hear me talk about things like the energy sector and why I'm looking at it. And I'll share with you in just a minute about that, right? And then we go through what? Then we go through a move phase. And inevitably we go through what? We end up going through one of these what's called time phases, where the market doesn't do much. In fact, as you can see here, this actual drop from there to there, that was actually a 50% drop of the entire move. So this is where, like, if you actually look at this here, from that low there to that low there, that there was roughly 50%, and the market did actually retrace 50%, but where you either get a good pullback or it just does nothing for a while. Now, nothing for a while means you actually do get drops in the markets, right? You do get drops, but nothing is down. You know what I mean? Like it does that. It's not that we're trending. So you can see where we are right now in the gold phase, and this is the monthly chart here on gold, and you can see this phase here. This is why for the last now this last breakout that we've seen with gold, and if I actually bring up the actual, this is the gold chart here on my software, you can see here that on this last move, the short-term pattern here on this weekly chart was telling me that we're likely to get a breakout. If you guys have been following me now for the last couple of months, you would know that I was always saying I'm expecting one more move out of gold, and that's due to the actual weekly chart setup, which is just the price, which is called the L-shaped pattern, which again is what really at the end of the day it's the price and time, right? Price and time, which means, you know, there's the price phase, what's called an energy using phase. And then once we refueled for a while, see how that there right here was, if you're looking for a good trade, that was the best time to trade after it goes sideways. The market always goes through these rhythms. So again, it's called price and time, price and time. And depending on what time frame you're looking at, so for example, here on a weekly chart, you can see how that once again when the market's trending, the market's actually moving, then we go through these price and time, price and time, price and time phases. And so that's obviously what's happening now. And you can see even just from an actual weekly chart perspective, you can see where we are right now in gold, right? We have this very big move to the upside. So this very big overall move, right? And the thing about this, traders, is my goal is just to give you a warning about what's coming up. So we don't know exactly when that top is going to be in the markets. We don't know when this phase is going to start, but a good trader sees what's coming based off the truth around these markets, and then they get ready for it. Right. And so, and this is where, like for me, I'm out of trading opportunities. I'm out of trading opportunities in the market, meaning I'm trading opportunities in the gold market, especially because I do know the phase we're going to enter soon. It's going to come, right? And you can just see how these phases work through here. So if I bring this up here, this is an article that I put together here, right? And look at this here. Understand gold's price and time phases. And this is just not gold. I'm going to share with you just a minute a chart or charts that is really going to help you identify, like, wow, I see how this pattern works, right? And the bottom line, it's called the L-shaped trading pattern. It's a very simple trading pattern, guys, but it just, it's amazing, especially when you're looking at these big long-term monthly charts. If you're looking for potential really big moves in the markets, like, yeah, this the actual the gold there's anyway I'm just so excited, guys, because once you understand this, it helps you become much better trader, right? So understand gold's price and time phase. Again, look at this here. Price time, price time, price time, right? There's different phases. These and all markets go through this, and I'll show you in just a minute here. So let me go back up here, right? The entire market, not just in gold, moves through alternating price phases, alternating. Man, I can't speak this morning. Price phases and time phases, right? Recognizes which phase we are in is one of the most important skills as a trader you can develop. Price phase. Now, remember I said before, one of the things you've probably heard me talk about through so many months and so many years, if you've been following me now for that long, is I'm very big on the energy phase. Energy using, energy building, energy using, energy building, right? You probably heard me talk about that before, if you've been following me now, right? The price phase is like the energy using phase. A price phase is when the market makes its strong trending move. In gold's history, these expansions have typically lasted around 2 years. That's when momentum accelerates, price moves sharply, and traders see large gains in relative short window. Now, by the way, a bit of FYI, if you understand that as well too, you understand where we are in the cycle of things, and this is where we are getting towards the end of the move. And we saw this in 2009, 2011, 2008, and 2020, and now most recently just right now as well too. Right, so this is these are the big moves, big moves, big moves, big moves. Okay, So, yeah. So I was just thinking about there, right? Like one of the things is that you start to notice through the markets is that it gets very, very noisy at the tops and bottoms of markets, especially at tops of markets, right? See, so many people are focused on gold now because gold is just, going off. But my success has come from not focusing on those markets that have gone from that. It's looking for the next opportunity, right? Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is you want to see your digits go up, right? That's the reason why you're trading gold now. You want to see your digits go up. Let's actually be smart around that. So the time phase is what I call the energy building phase. After every powerful move in price, the market enters a time phase, a period of rest and digestion. Instead of a pullback deeply, gold often moves sideways for 2 to 3 years, allowing the market rebalance and build its foundation for the next major move. Now, here's the thing. This is how markets work, right? For a market to make a big major move, right? In order for us to go to 10,000 gold, we need a refueling phase. It's not just going to keep going straight up to 10,000 gold. And if you think that, you're going to be hit with a hard reality of, oh my goodness, right? Because no, this time is not different. The debt bubble's not exploding. They're still printing more money, and the central banks are going to start to sell. Did I? Oh my goodness. I got some unsubscribes just then. So, right? Remember, the correction in time is just as important as the price move that came before it. It's when the energy rebuilds. It's so important, right? It's so important to understand that big moves come off the back of when the market has built the energy first. It's an energy source. Everything is energy. And if you look at this chart here, we've been using so much energy for so much time, and history gives this, not history, just you are going to see this, right? You are going to see a time phase. Now, a time phase here is what? When the market goes sideways. But even when we go sideways, even this sideways phase through here, we still got a 50% correction. So that low to that high, we still probably could get a 50% correction here. Do this, and then we get going, right? So for us to go to 10,000, we are going to experience this bull market here right now in gold is getting over, or this bull phase here is getting over, right? I believe, what is this at the end of the day, right? It's up and then it's down and it's up and then it's down. It's just a big, massive, big bull market, right? But bull markets go through phases, trending phases and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's when the energy, and not only gold, right? This is not gold analysis once again, traders. This is where it gets so powerful. I hope you guys are seeing this here. This is how all markets work. So the best type of positions to look for is when the market's been building a lot of energy, aka, see this phase here, and this phase here was what? When gold was building the energy before the next move. So this cycle, or the cycle, repeats. When price phase completes, a time phase follows. Once that time phase matures, a new price phase begins, right? Price and time, price and time, price and time. And this is where you'll notice that why are we going through such an explosive move out of gold the last 2 years? Because we spent 3 years, going sideways. This is called rebuilding, refueling for 3 years. And now it's releasing all that energy for the last couple of years. But what's going to come real soon? It's the cycle, right? It's just so powerful, right? Once that time phase matures, a new price phase begins, and the entire cycle continues. Gold history shows that all through these years through here, right? What comes next? Based on the repeating rhythm, it's reasonable to expect that gold will soon enter a transition of 1 to 2 year time phase, a period of sideways consolidation, or a mild retracement, 50% retracement, right? This doesn't mean the bull market is over, right? And some people actually think that. Some people think that this big bull leg we're seeing on this monthly chart is the bull market. It is a bull phase, but an overall big long-term monthly charts, yeah. So, a time phase of sideways consolidation. This doesn't mean the bull market's over. It means the market needs time to absorb the recent gains, aka refueling, before launching into its next expansion. Final message: markets always balance price and time. When one expands, the other contracts. Understanding this balance allows us to trade with the rhythm of the markets instead of against it. That's so crucial. One of the biggest things that's helped me become successful, guys, in the markets. Right? That's where I'm looking for this on all markets. Stay patient, respect the phases we are in. We've been in a big price phase for a while, so you know there's going to be a time phase. And when the time phase does start, which we're going to be starting real soon, it's probably going to be in the next couple of months. Then once that starts, no, we're not going to keep going into this bull market is getting towards the end. This bull phase we're getting is toward the end, and expect a 1 to 2 years of doing nothing. Right? So that means at least 2026 is going to be not in a bull phase. And those who just think gold's going to keep going up is going to be sadly mistaken. Again, this is not me, guys. I'm just the messenger. I'm trying to show you proof positive of what markets do. Right? And you'll always stay in sync with the true cycle of the markets there. Right? And so I want to show you this here. Now, remember I said before, and this is where the best, I did if I actually go to, so this is it here. And, by the way, I'm giving away a free trading course, johnsfreegift.com. Right, look at this here. This is a chart that I put up here just recently, and I want to show you this here. Right, and this is how all markets work, right? Look, check this out. So the top charts up here, remember I said before, things are about price and time, right? So the top charts up here are a monthly charts. They're actually log charts, but notice one common characteristic around all these markets here. And I've done this deliberately to show you. This here is gold, right? That's gold. This here is the stock AXP, and this is Goldman Sachs. Completely different markets, right? This is gold. This is AXP. This is Goldman Sachs. But notice one simple thing here. And this is where it becomes game changer. And what you don't want to be doing is the biggest mistake that I'm seeing traders make is they're adding their thoughts to this. Don't think. The pattern is there showing you, therefore we know what's likely to come real soon. See the big thing there? It's like the chart is telling us, like for example, gold 2 years ago was doing this for 3 years. What was that telling you at the time? Firstly, at the time, you probably said, oh, gold's hopeless. Oh, gold is, Bitcoin, right? Why did gold have such a big move? Well, gold have such a big move because it's the end of the road and the debt bubble and stop. How can you trade that? Stop. You're digging yourself a big grave. And that's the reason why 95% of you guys don't make money out of trading. Right? Because you're adding your thoughts, you're thinking about something. Remember, the chart itself is the most powerful thing on the planet. Because at the end of the day, who's moving the charts? The big boys. So when the big boys start to create these patterns overall, the market does start to give this move. Right? So as you can see, look at this here. Whenever the market has a good 2 to 3 years sideways movement, when we do break, we go for a big move. This here, AXP, this stock, AXP here, look at this. It was obviously in a very big bull market here, but higher lows. But look at this here, 3 years of sideways. And then look at this here. And for the last 2 years, we've had a nice big bull phase there. This is Goldman Sachs here. And I'm trying to show you these examples here to try to show you this is how simple it can be. Now, at the end of the day, what is this? For you guys that have been seeing me, this is what's called my L-shaped trading pattern. It is so simple. Right? Look, up, sideways on the monthly charts. And because this is a big monthly chart, whenever we do get this, up, sideways, L-shape, we typically, and because of the big monthly chart, and we're talking about 3 years of the L-shaped pattern, we typically get multiple year breakout. Up, sideways, there's the L-shaped pattern, and a big move. And again, because this is a monthly chart, this here is a 2 year bit, this is a 2 year bull market. So as you can see, now the bottom charts, again, I don't know why. You don't need, like, stop incorporating why, right? This is the worst thing you do as a trader. If you look at the trade, remember, who knows why, right? And even if you do come up with why, you're probably going to be wrong anyway, right? All I do know is that whenever I see this pattern, it tends to have and by the way, this works on daily charts as well too, and 1 minute charts and all markets. And that's where someone recently said to me, "Oh, John, what happens when the market collapses and the currency collapses? Is it going to work then?" It's like, this is how markets work. I hope you can see from this video here, I'm talking about markets work like this. It's not just gold, right? I'm trying to share with you. So for me, what am I doing? What are smart investors doing? I'm trying to find where's those markets that hasn't been doing much for 3 years. Oh, it's XLE. It's not to say it's going to break up, and this is a monthly chart. So it may take another few more months for it to start to break out. But I'm talking about how to identify the markets that's likely to make another 1 to 2 year bull phase. See what I'm saying? How do I identify that? Oh, there's something on the chart that I can qualify. Up here, AXP, Goldman Sachs. And this is gold. See how it's all the same pattern? Oh, look at this here, XOM. Oh, there's up, there's the L-shaped pattern. Now you don't, for me personally, this is the pattern. You don't jump in now. I'm not in these right now, right? I need to wait for it to start to break above a high, right? Because once we actually break above the high, then it tells we're now likely to be starting that next move up. And this here is CVX. Look at this stock. It's all over the place. See what I'm saying here? And this is how simple my trading is. See what I'm doing here? There's nothing about indicators or stochastics or inflation or MACD or central banks or the debt bubble or any of that. It is so simple, right? And it's one of the reasons why I have one of the most successful coaching programs on the planet when it comes to the results that my coaching clients get, because we just simply look for the L-shaped trading pattern. I know that sounds really simple, guys, but it works. Look at this here. In the last 2 years, when I'm looking for, now again, because there's a monthly charts, we're not talking about a day and a week, right? Obviously, through this big bull phase for the last 2 years on AXP and Goldman Sachs, and even in gold, we've had those periods where it went up for a while and then it did nothing for a month or two, right? And then that's a very big bull phase, right? But if I'm looking for where's that next big breakout to come, well, I'm seeing it right now. This is the reason why I'm trying to show you that, oh, look, this is here what happens when you see the pattern. And oh, by the way, this here is setting up the exact same pattern. Before, ching-ching. After, right now, ching-ching. Right, ching-ching all the way. So, that's what I wanted to share with you, this pattern. And I wanted to share with you guys, this is, and again, traders, this is how all markets work, right? The number one pattern, and I'm telling you right now, over the last 20 years of trading in these markets, guys, the number one trading pattern out there, and it doesn't have to be complicated. If you think it needs to be complicated, if you think you need to have all these dozens of charts, I'm showing you proof positive how just one moving average, I'm not even looking at the moving average. Why did gold go up just recently? Oh, gold having big breakout. Why? It's all the same thing, right? It's what did gold do before this breakout? Oh, it's the L-shaped trading pattern, or the upside down L-shaped trading pattern. And because we had that and the moving average was still very strong in the weekly charts, that's why if you've been following me for this entire year, you would know I was saying I'm expecting one more breakout of gold. So this breakout here wasn't a surprise. Why? Because there's the price phase, energy using. There's the time phase, the energy building. And because it's the L-shaped trading pattern, and I know this sounds really simple, guys, but it works. See how simple it works. It just works. It just works. It just works. It just works. Right? The L-shaped trading pattern, while it's simple, the understandings of the L-shaped trading pattern or the upside down L-shaped trading pattern is the most powerful thing on the planet. And you can see it from gold, right? But not only gold, but you can see it from this perspective here I'm trying to show you. Even on a daily chart, if I go back to a daily chart here, right? And I bring on things like the actual mining sector. Right? It's actually nothing new, right? I'll go to the one that I was in, right? And this is where, guys, I'm telling you right now, it is the most powerful thing on the planet. Look at this here. Up, See how it just went sideways overall and we had a strong moving average? That's what? That's the upside down L-shaped trading pattern. And once you start to simplify your trading like this, I'm showing you, like, this is not some gimmick. I'm showing you silver mining stock right now. I showed you gold on the weekly chart. And I'm trying to show you proof positive, like, oh, look here. This is big long-term monthly log charts. And whenever the market goes sideways for 3 years, we tend to break out and go for big moves. I don't know why. You don't know why. Stop thinking. Stop trying to come up with a reason why. Because none of it makes sense anyway. Right? That's like saying, well, there's a stock out there that is in massive debt right now and it's going up. Who knows why? Right? Stock economy is getting weak right now. Market go high, market go up. That doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? You don't need to do that sort of stuff. And this is where, like, even things like, and there's so many markets out there, guys. And this is where, what? I just simply stick to the trading pattern. And it's so powerful. It is just so amazing, right? That's why I'm focusing on oil, right? Stop thinking. What do I mean by this? Right? If I show you oil on a monthly chart, I'll bring up this chart here. What has oil been doing? It's been doing nothing. Now, I'm not saying oil is definitely going to break up, by the way. I don't know where oil is going to break. But one thing I do know is, what have we been doing? See, it's all the same pattern. Look. Oh. That's actually oil does the exact same patterns again and again and again, right? Look at this here. It goes sideways for all this time, and when we break, we end up going for a big move. Sideways, big move, sideways. So we may be getting ready for a big move. But the purpose of me telling you this right now is that if I'm trying to identify these markets that's likely to have a big move, because that's why you want for a good trade, right? Even for an investment, we want the thing to move. The worst thing to do is what? The worst thing to do is trying to get into something like gold right now, right? And thinking that, especially this chart here, thinking that, oh, well, gold is now going to start to make a really big move to 10,000, when you know that's not how markets work, right? I'm trying to show you proof positive here of how markets work. And the whole purpose of this video, guys, is to do one thing for you, to try to show you that all this other stuff, the indicators, the thinking around the fundamentals and the macroeconomics doesn't mean crap. Because there's one simple trading technique, and price and time not only helps you understand the markets, aka when you've done a lot of price, big move up, we do go through a time phase. And because it's 2 years in gold, we are going to see this thing end this year. And when the market does start to, that's where 2026, you're not going to see big moves in gold in 2026. It's going to be a time phase. It's going to where the market may pull back. It's going to drop 50%. We may go sideways. But this now needs time. We now need time to refuel again, right? Refuel and get going. Refuel and get going, right? And this works on all markets out there. And if you go look at things like even like the Dow Jones, right? Look at this here. I know this sounds really simple, but even when you're looking at big long-term massive cycles of big long-term bull markets, what does the market do? Oh, we go sideways for 10 years, do nothing, and we end up going through a big expansion. Sideways for 10 years, a big expansion. Sideways for 10 years, a big expansion. You see how it's all the same thing? This is so powerful, and I'm so grateful that I've learned this thing from WD again, because it helps me identify when these expansions are going to be, right? And when the expansions are going to be when the market hasn't done much, right? And this is where, like, my trade on platinum. Why has platinum made such a big move to the upside? Oh, I'll bring this up there. Why has platinum made such a big move to the upside? Do you see what I'm saying here? Look, it did nothing. And now platinum's gone for a massive move. I traded platinum. I actually, for my trade, see the arrow there? That's when I got in on platinum. Why did I get in on this breakout bar here on platinum? Because I knew platinum was likely to make a big move. I'm out of platinum now because it was a trade and I utilized options over that as well too. But why did platinum have such a big move? Oh, that's right. Because price and time. What is time? time when the market does nothing. And because this was a couple of years just doing nothing through here, when the market does nothing, it's refueling, just like gold did for 3 years before a big bull phase. Just like gold did just in the last 6 months, it did nothing for 4 months, and that's the reason why we're getting a big breakout, because it refueled, L-shaped trading pattern. There's a refueling here as well too. And then when we do get the breakout, all this is stored energy. And when it's stored energy, we end up going for a big, massive. So traders, before you leave today, I want to give you an invite to apply for my John's Inner Circle coaching program. This is my top level coaching program, and this is for only serious people only. This group right now currently is only around 15 people, so it's only a real small group because I'm with you every single week in that small group. This whole group here, this John's Inner Circle, is about giving you exactly what you need to know on how to identify a really good high quality setup, trade management techniques, how I scan the markets, and so much more. Plus also every single week I'm doing live coaching sessions that help you with every single area that goes into becoming a good trader, and so much more. So this is only for serious people only. This is my top level coaching program. It's only a real small group. But if you're at the point right now where you are absolutely serious about becoming disciplined and you really want to make commitment to becoming a good trader, then my Inner Circle may be a good fit for you. If you go to getjohnshelp.com, that's an application form. Go fill that out right now, and you and I will have a good chat on the phone, and I'll see where you're at, and you'll be able to see more about the actual coaching program. And if we're a good fit, then maybe we can move together from there. But if you're real serious about this and you really want to take this to a whole brand new level, and you want to be more than 95% of traders lose money in the markets, and if you finally want to start to crack into the top 5%, and even the top 1%, then this may be a good fit for you. So go to getjohnshelp.com right now. Apply for that. It's only for the first 10 people only. And I look forward to speaking to you on the phone real soon.